It is one of the What is going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. It's Skip from 41 here, and today we are talking about Jordan. We are going to be ranking mostly all of the good Jordan silhouettes that have been released through the years. I'm only going to be really ranking up until Jordan 14 because that's really all people care about, to be honest. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We do a lot of these rankings. Pretty much about every single video I've done so far has been a ranking. We also do other things, but these sneaker videos are a staple here on this channel. Welcome again. Hope you enjoy, like and subscribe, and let's get into the list. So starting at number 15 on this list, we have all the Jordans after 14 because they're pretty much all trash and nobody really cares about them, and let's move on. At number 14, we have the Jordan 2. Now, there's a reason that Jordan wanted to leave Nike after the sneaker is released. It wasn't a very good sneaker. I don't like this silhouette. I don't know anybody who does like this silhouette. The only thing that I've seen nice on the silhouette is the Melo 2 PE that he wore when he was in Denver, but that's about it, and that is why it comes in at number 14 on our list. At number 13 on our list, we have the Jordan 10. Now, there's nothing really wrong with the Jordan 10, but it is the most plain Jane Jordan that they've ever released. Think about it. Are you actually able to name a fire colorway of the Jordan 10? Yeah, me either. At number 12 on our list, we have the Jordan 14. Now, the Jordan 14 is the shoe that Jordan wore during his 6th and final NBA championship run. It was the shoes that he wore when he hit that last shot against the Utah Jazz that is cemented in history as one of the greatest shots ever. The shoe was designed after one of the Ferraris that Jordan owned. The sneaker overall is not my favorite silhouette, but it has some really good colorways. And it also looks really good in the low top version, which we will start to, I will get to how I feel about Jordan and low tops later on in the list. In my opinion, this is probably the last really good mainline Jordan sneaker that has come out, and I'm not talking about Melos or CP3s or any of those sneakers. I'm talking about mainline Jordan sneakers, and that is actually pretty sad considering the sneaker came out all the way back in 1998. At number 11 on our list, we have the Jordan 9. The Jordan 9 is a sneaker that I feel a lot of people forget about often. The Jordan 9 has some really nice colorways like the Johnny Kilroys and the Fonte Montanas, and there's a couple other that are really nice. I remember there was one year, I think it was in high school, where Jordan 9s were like really popular, but you haven't really heard anything since that year. I think it might have been 2012, since that is when those two colorways came out. But you don't really hear much about Jordan 9s, and that's why they find themselves at the number 11 spot on this list. Next up at number 10, we have the Jordan 7. This is a really weird sneaker for me as it's really similar to the 6s, but there's something about this sneaker that I don't like and I can't really put my finger on it. I think it might be because there isn't really a colorway of this sneaker that I really want or that I really need in my collection. Besides the Raptor 7s, there's probably not another colorway out there that I go, oh, I really need to get those, or I really want those in my collection. There just isn't one on these. There's a lot of funky colorways on these, and overall it just doesn't live up to what the 6 was and the 8s were that came after it. At number 9, we have the Jordan 13. Now, I really like the Jordan 13. They're a little bulky for my taste, but they've got some really good colorways like the He Got Games, the Breads, the Melo PEs. Not the Flint 13s. I hate the Flint 13s. I think they're terrible. But they've got some really good colorways, and that's why it finds itself at number 9 on this list. At number 8 on this list, we have the Jordan 12s. The Jordan 12s are some of the most iconic Jordans that ever released because of the history that's behind them. These are the sneakers that Jordan wore in his iconic flu game, the flu game 12s. But besides the history that comes along with these are an excellent successor to the Jordan 11, and they are one of the few Jordans that looks really good in a low top form. And at number 7, we have the Jordan 8. Now let's get real about the Jordan 8. I like the Jordan 8 a lot. It's probably one of my, I'll say it's one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes that's out there, but they really dropped the ball when it came to colorways on this sneaker. Besides the aquas and maybe 2 other colorways, the colorways on this shoe suck every single time. Every time out the gate, every time they release one, it's usually average at best or very subpar. Even the OVO 8s, I'm not that big of a fan of, even though, you know, they got Drake. Drake is the GOAT. But even those don't do it for me. But I really like the silhouette, and I like it enough to put it at number 7 on this list. And at number 6 on this list, we have the Jordan 6. Unlike the Jordan 8s, the Jordan 6 have a ton of really good colorways on a very good silhouette. We've got the UNCs, you got the Travis Scotts, Infrareds, Gatorades. There's a ton of great colorways for this shoe. Very wearable, and that's why it is almost in the top 5, but didn't quite get there. There's some things that are just a little bit better than these, but these are definitely a great pair of sneakers, and I would like to see more released and some really nice colorways in the future. Now that we are getting into the top 5, we are getting into the best Jordans that have ever been released. These are game changers. And at number 5, we have the Jordan 11. The Jordan 11s are a lot of people's favorite Jordans, and I totally get why. I 100% get it. They're probably one of the only sneakers that makes patent leather look really good, and I hate patent leather. So if you can make patent leather look good, you get a lot of credit from me. Hats off to you. Of course, we know the iconic colorways, Concords, Breads, Space Jams, we know them all. Great colorways on this sneaker. I don't currently own any highs, but I do have a pair of lows, and the lows look great. They look amazing. I love the way they look. But my thing is, they are probably the most uncomfortable sneakers I've ever worn in my life. They hurt my feet so bad that I bought them back in 2017. I've worn them probably 6 times in 3 years. I'm currently trying to sell them because I don't want them anymore because they're just that uncomfortable. They're nice to look at, never want to wear another pair. And at number 4 on our list, we have the Jordan 5. Number 4 and number 3 on this list, it was very hard for me to make a decision which one I was going to put what. I'm not going to spoil what number 4 is. But I think the number 3 spot has a lot more colorways that I like, but that doesn't take away from how great and iconic the Jordan 5 is. A lot of iconic colorways: fire reds, metallics, grapes, lanies, satins. They look great in low top form. Off-white collaborations, Supreme collaborations. The list just goes on and on. It's such a great sneaker. And this year, 2020, is actually the year of the Jordan 5. There's Jordan 5s coming out like every month. You've got top 3s coming out soon. You've got the Fire Reds last month. You've got the Oregon that are coming out later this year. The Off-White 5s that came out earlier this year. Many Jordan 5s coming out this year. Great sneaker, and definitely deserves its spot in the top 5 in Jordan history. And at number 3, we have the Jordan 4. This sneaker got its ranking at the number 3 spot because I like the colorways a little bit better than the number 4 spot. You got the Cav 4s, you got the Lightning 4s, you got the Travis Scott 4s, Dornbecker 4s, and of course, one of my favorite, probably my favorite sneaker of all time, the Toro Bravo 4s that I really need to come back. Please retro those sneakers. There's a couple of pairs that are coming out later this year. You've got a pine green version. You've got the rumored off-white collaboration. You've got another pair of UNC ones that are rumored to be coming out either later this year or early 2021. This is truly one of the best sneakers ever released, and I'm glad to have it at the number 3 spot on this list. And at number 2 on this list, we have the Jordan 3. The Jordan 3 is probably the most important sneaker that Jordan has ever released. This is a sneaker that Tinker Hatfield pitched to Michael Jordan after Peter Moore, who had created the first 2 versions of the Jordan, had left Nike. This is the shoe that actually got Jordan to stay with Nike and not leave for Peter Moore's upcoming upstart company that he was trying to create. So really, without this shoe, there would not be a Jordan 4, 5, all the other ones on this list that we could rank. It would just be a 2 sneaker list. And I am very thankful for that. This is one of the best Jordans to ever be released. Great colorways, great color blocking, that elephant print that they use so many times. There's a reason that this is Jordan's favorite sneaker. This is the sneaker that Jordan liked the most. It got him to stay with the company. Like, this is the sneaker that is most important to Jordan. That's why a lot of people say that it's hard to do collaborations on this Jordan, because you can't really change it up too much because it is Michael Jordan's favorite. So you have a lot less leeway when you're doing a collaboration, which is probably why we don't see as many Jordan 3 collaborations as we see on like the 4s, the 1s. You can pretty much do whatever you want to the 1s now. I mean, it's whatever. And at number 1 on this list, the guy that started it all, the shoe that changed the sneaker game forever, and that is the Jordan 1. The Jordan 1, created all the way back in 1985 by Peter Moore. It's one of the most iconic, game-changing, and wearable sneakers of all time. Of course, like I said before, this sneaker changed the sneaker game forever. Great collaborations, colorways, history behind this. Even to this day, it is probably the most popular Jordan. It is my favorite Jordan. Call me a hype beast if you want. I don't really care. I like what I like. The shoe looks great in the high. The shoe looks great in the mid. The shoe looks great in the low. Even though they kind of do some funky stuff with the color blocking and the materials on the latter 2, but it still, for the most part, looks really good. But that is why this sneaker gets the number 1 spot on this list. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the list. Let me know your list, or at least your top 5. You don't have to do a whole top 15 if you want to. Tell me where you would rank those sneakers on this list. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you share the video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.